The Life Stace Storytime Part 10. You never know when your last goodbye is going to be. I was living at my mum's, but I was still able to have regular visits, fortnight visits, where I went and stayed at my foster parents at the weekend every fortnight. So I was still clutching on to my old life, you know, and I still had that little bit of thread to think, like, despite what was going on there, like, I still could see them, sort of thing, you know, and I could still go down. Anyway, it was got to the 6-week holidays and I had left primary school, and it was a couple of weeks into it, and my mum's boyfriend then turned around and said, "This is going to be your last visit, so make sure you tell them that you won't be fucking going there anymore." And that was his words. Anyway, I was literally, at that point, I was waiting for my foster dad to come and pick me up to go and spend the night there. So that put a lot of pressure on me. So I remember going down, and my foster parents had just got new settees not much longer before, and there was an orange chair there in front of the TV, and there was a 3-seat orange sofa here, and it was orange, like peachy colour. And I remember my foster mum sat on that chair and I literally sat here, and I just remember sitting there looking at her, wanting to tell her what my mum's boyfriend had said, but I had this massive lump in my throat and nothing would come out. My friends was knocking on the door saying, "Stace, we're camping on the field tonight, do you want to come and camp out with us?" And normally I would have loved to, you know, like just be surrounded by friends, because I didn't have friends at my mum's and whatnot, but I couldn't, because I knew this was going to be the last time I was going to be in my home, what I knew. And I kind of realised that that was not going to be my home anymore, you know, and nothing would come out. They was asking me if I was hungry, I was like, no, and it kind of just felt so heavy. I remember lying on the airbed in my mum's bedroom that night when it was bedtime. I was just lying there and I just felt completely numb. It was so empty, and knowing this was going to be like my last goodbye, but I couldn't even bring myself to tell them that. I actually hate myself for not doing that, you know, but nothing would come out of my mouth. I was still only 11. Anyway, the next morning my foster dad was taking me home, and I planned to tell him in the car, but again nothing would come out. I was like mute, and he dropped me off, and I walked into my mum's house, and my mum's boyfriend went, "Well, I hope you fucking told him, because that was the last time you were spending with them." Like, he hated him and I couldn't understand why. I literally just walked upstairs, went in my room, shoved my bed behind my door, and literally cried. Cried for hours. Just realised like that safety net what I felt like I had and held on to, and the place that I belonged, I didn't belong there no more. You know, I just felt so numb, so empty, so deflated, so confused, and that was honestly so hard. It was like someone had taken a piece of me away, but I couldn't explain it, you know. And looking back, like, it does really, really cut me deep. But that's the Life Stays Storytime Part 10.